Hey guys, Marsingin here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so this is being recorded live from the Heroes vs. the World mega stream. So if you are watching the recorded version of this video and you were at the stream, obviously shout out to you. Let me know down below in the comments if you were here, what your favourite part of the stream was. We're well on our way through our mission to beat all of the events in the game with the Heroes team, and we are going to now go ahead and do a tier list for all of the Heroes units. So we've got our tiers here, Z, S, A, B, C, and then F minus, which is obviously for the lowest of the low. And yeah, we're going to see how we go. So this is going to be a work in progress, obviously. I haven't put like a huge amount of thought into it ahead of time. So as we make the list in real time, I might move people up and down, and we'll obviously see how it goes, right? So yeah, I guess we have no reason to wait any longer, so we're just going to go ahead and jump in. So, got Limit Breaker Super Saiyan for Vegeta. Now, I don't know, the thing when it comes to a tier list like this with the letter tierings, a lot of the placements are going to be kind of based around who would be above or below them. So I feel like when you're making a list like this, especially when you put the first couple of units on, they might not end up being in those same places by the end. So I honestly think that Vegeta gets way more slander than he actually deserves. So I'm going to put him in B to start with, although I feel like he could drop depending on who we put in the other ones. Because Vegeta, after he gets his super attacks off, he does have good enough defense to tank normal attacks from a lot of the bosses in the game still, even now. Even the Dismal Future Red Zone bosses, he can tank normal attacks after he gets off his supers. He's just not very good at tanking. Well, I say not good at tanking. Like, he can't tank supers, right? Because he just has raw defense. But he can do multiple supers. He can do some decent damage. And if you have a Goku on the rotation, he's providing attack support. So that can be helpful for some of the other characters as well. Especially if you do like giant 8 power teams or something, and there's a lot of Gokus like the LR full power Goku. So we'll put him in B for now. He could drop depending on where we put everybody else. So, man, Broly. See, this is the question. This is why putting the first few people in the list is difficult, because is Broly worse than Vegeta? Maybe, unironically, he might actually be worse than him, but we'll put him here for now, I think. We'll put him in B still. He is bad, but he's not, like, completely terrible. I don't know. He can work in slot 2 or 3, okay. He's not going to be tanking supers. He's definitely not particularly great, but Broly's definitely worse. Yeah, a lot of people think that he's worse. Well, who knows? We'll see where he drops down to. Free-to-play Arms. After his Easy A, pretty decent support unit, but he is a free-to-play. He's not exactly crazy good, so we're going to put him in B for now, and then maybe he'll drop. But he's kind of at the lower end of B. Super Saiyan 3 Trunks, I feel like this is a pretty easy one. He's in C. He was okay for a while, but then, like, even now in tougher events, even if he does get his guard, which is only a chance to guard, even if he does get his guard, he still does take a lot of damage. I mean, you could almost argue that he should be in the lowest tier, but we'll put him in C for now. Baby Janemba. Man, Baby Janemba is basically a dodge or die character now in the current meta. He is a unit that will take a lot of damage if he doesn't dodge, especially early on. And then post super, he only gets defense if you're above a certain HP threshold. So the question is, and again, this is where we come back to the problem of which tier based on other characters. Because I think in a lot of instances, he would be better than these guys in some rotations. But then, like, post-super attack, as long as it's not a super, Vegeta's probably tanking normals better than Baby Janemba if he doesn't dodge. If he is dodging, like, all the time, then he probably is better than both of these guys, right? Well, because obviously if he dodges all the time, he'd be taking no damage. But, yeah, he's like low tier B, but he's probably better than Arms. Tech Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. Is he bad enough to be in C now? He can still put out some high level attack stats, but He's definitely better than Trunks. I'll put him there for now. His defense is just not what it was anymore. Unfortunately, Kumba is in the same boat, although he might be better than Trunks. The Giant Ape transformation is kind of useful, but otherwise he's just not very good. Can we just put Vegito in Z tier so we don't have to do him later? I mean, where's he? Right at the end. Okay, there we go. We'll just put Vegeta in Z tier. Vegito, I should say, in Z tier because he is the best. So there you go. Alright, free-to-play Kumba. I'm just going to put him in F. Supreme Kai, low C. She could potentially be F, but... I mean, she sucks against AoEs, that's for sure. But... then we'll go for Xeno Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. I mean... Is he better? He's probably better than Trunks. Is he better than... Is he better than Kumba? I mean, he's better than Kumba. Like, Kumba's better for, like, Super Battle Road or events where you can stun superclass enemies. But... I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. No way is he better than Trunks. What, this Vegeta? Post-super attack, his raw defense is better. I don't know. F tier for free-to-play Kumba because his stone version was better. I think Supreme Kai of Time is C, at least because of the support. Yeah, she's not the worst, but yeah, the fighting has begun already. Exactly. Yeah, Xeno Goku. He might still be A tier just because of his defense. Honestly, you can still take him into like Fusions and Zamasu, as long as he's on a team with the hero's allies so that he actually gets his damage reduction. He's probably still good enough, especially because Fusions and Zamasu is like physical at the end. He was one of the MVPs in the attempts against Sin, so he probably is A. Fu. I feel like if we put Baby Janemba in B, Fu has to be in B. Because Fu is probably... I would say Fu is better than Baby Janemba. Is Fu better than both the both of these limit breakers? I feel like he probably is. Because like post super, he can tank normals relatively well. So we need to tech Vegeta to have a Z plus tier. Golden Cooler. He's not good against AoEs, but otherwise he can be quite good. I mean, I guess if we're saying that Vegeta is good post-super against normals, but not against supers, then Cooler is better post-super than Vegeta, because at least he has damage reduction. Would it be a really hot take to say this? Would it be a really hot take to say that Golden Cooler is better than Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Broly? I don't know. I think it might be, you know. Because if we're talking about like not taking AoEs, post super, Cooler can have similar defense to Broly, but he also has damage reduction. So yeah, Cooler's much better than Broly. Yeah, okay, fair enough. There we go. Right, Silas. I don't care what anyone says. Silas is my GOAT. Silas is going in A tier. I probably wouldn't put him in S tier as much as I maybe wanted to. Maybe I even would put him in S tier. I don't know. S for Silas, baby. Maybe we'll move him in a little bit. But Dabura, he can go in F minus tier. He's just ass. Like, I could put him really low Z tier, but I think just for the memes, just because of how terrible Dabura is, I think I am just going to put him in F minus tier. Salsa, you can go in very low C tier because at least he has built-in dodge. Mira, very low C tier, although I mean he does have the infinite stacking, but he's just so bad. Is he better than like? He's probably better than? I always forget what this guy's even called. Salsa. Is he better than Supreme Kai? Maybe. He's probably better than Supreme Kai. Is he probably better than Trunks? I haven't had as much time to use him, but he is not great. So I'm going to put him there for now. If he might see, just by the sake of him being a recent Easy A, I feel like he should be above these guys. But like, is he really? That's the question. I'll put him here. We'll put him mid to low C tier. Because Supreme Kai has the support, but she just has no defense. He is doing his best. You could use Mira against Sin and Omega. You could potentially. Alright, Dark Mask King. I'm sorry, but he's Z tier. He's not as good as Vegito, obviously, but he is Z tier, and I will hear no arguments against it, okay? Dark Mask King, Z tier, boom, locked in. Black Marseillan. I'm almost tempted to put him in F- tier, but he probably is better than Salsa. He's probably better. Is he better than... It's... Black Marseillan is... he do not be very good. Although he probably is better than all of these guys. Just for, like, raw stats. Because remember, if we're looking at these guys in C tier... Because Trunks only has a chance to guard. But if we're looking at the characters in C tier, none of them really have great tech. And, like, neither does Vegeta. But just in terms of, like, the base numbers that he does and stuff, he probably is better than everybody else in C tier so far. Even though he's not very good. And then Demon Demigra. I'm very disappointed with his Easy A. I wanted him to be a lot better. But I think he's better than Arms. And he's... Would I say he's better than everyone in C tier? Probably. Which means if I was going to put him here, I'd have to either put him in C and drop Arms into C tier. Because now that I think about it, Dark Mask King is probably... Black Marseillan is probably better than Arms. I'm going to do that. Let's do that. We'll do that. 2% for Broly. Underrated, I think. He could potentially be low S on his best turns. He's not good against AoEs, but I've seen him do like turns of like triple 13 million attack stats. So, like, he's not good against AoEs, but once he gets his attacks off, he's pretty good. So, I think Broly goes in A. You could argue him being low S tier, I think. And then, yeah, Vegito, Z tier. I'm so, like, this is the conundrum that I have, though. Like, is Dark Mask King better than Vegito? Like, I don't know. I think you can make arguments that Dark Mask King is better than Vegito, but I think because Vegito juices up Limit Breaker Vegito so much, you probably would put them next to each other, but... Honestly, I am so tempted to just do this. Like, I really am. You guys don't even know. But we'll go ahead and do that, I think. So, yeah, we'll put Vegito first for now. But honestly, like, if I saw anyone make this exact list and they had Dark Mask King in front of Vegito, I probably wouldn't argue. Now, Toa. I think Toa is S tier now. Start of turn, she can have, like, 500k defense and do 7 million attack stats. For a unit that has a built-in 50% chance to dodge, and then does 40% support, maybe 50 because of the extra RNG 10% chance. And then when you're at 50% or less HP, she heals you 50% and gives everybody a 50% buff. So, yeah, she's S tier. I'm still not sold on Tech Cooler's placement. What, too high or too low? I feel like, because Tech Cooler, if you think about what Broly does, Tech Cooler's doing the same thing, multiple supers, and then he has damage reduction. Whereas Broly does multiple supers and doesn't really do anything else. So, Robel, not Robel, Poutine, sorry, Prof. I mean, she's probably better than Arms. She's a tough one, actually, because, like, maybe Arms is too high. Because she's definitely better than Salsa. She's better than Arms. But is she better than, like, Supreme Kai of Time? It maybe Supreme Kai of Time should be higher than those other guys, actually. But yeah, is she better than Supreme Kai of Time? Poutine is a support unit, but she does a lot of, like, status effects, which obviously are not really very useful in content, like, nowadays. But she raises attack and defense on super, and then she has relatively okay stats. She doesn't get a lot of extra defense. She does support crossover allies as well. So, I mean, just like Supreme Kai, she is doing support and everything. But because what is Supreme Kai of Time is it 40%? Yeah, 40%, and you have a high chance of getting an extra 12. And she recovers HP at the end of the turn in which a damage was received. Maybe that then. Alright, so now we have Great Super Attack Magnet Man 3. I imagine there should be we should have two Saiyaman 3s on here. And then one of them should be when the enemy doesn't super attack, and then I'd put him in S tier. And then have one that says when the enemy does super attack, and then put him in F- tier. In fact, let me actually do that. Let's add a tier in the middle. Have I got enough space on the screen here? I think so. Let's add a tier below. Oh no, did I click above? Delete row. A tier, add row below. And then let's make it purple. And then we'll put A when no super. F when super. And then put Great Saiyaman 3 in there. There we go. There you go. There's Great Saiyaman 3's placement. He's he's A tier as long as the enemy doesn't super attack you, but if the enemy does super attack you, he's F tier. So, because he just, even against AGL Sin that he has type advantage, he takes like 350k. So, that's the super attack Magnet Man tier right there. So now we get on to Xeno Goku and Xeno Vegeta. So unfortunately for Xeno Goku and Xeno Vegeta, they were really good when they got their awakenings, and they're going to Easy A next year. So I definitely could see them raise back up the tier list. But for now, obviously without their Easy A's, they're obviously not very good. I mean, they can still do okay if you get enough time to stack. But in any of these events now where you don't get time to stack, they're just not very good. I think, are they better than the units in C tier? I feel like they're better than most of the units in C tier. That's a tough one. You think high A, low S? Really? After their Easy A's, maybe. Unless you're talking about something else in the chat. You're talking about Physical Vegito. He's in Z tier. I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of characters on this tier list that could do okay, but not against supers. So it's kind of funny to have him in there. But I think low B. Because, yeah, they're better than... They probably still are better than, like, Super Saiyan 3 Trunks. Potentially better than Kumba, better than Arms. I'll put them in low B for now, and then we'll see. Oh, no, not up there. There. Yeah, low B. Then we have Gohanks and Gotenks. They can build up a decent amount of defense. They're probably... low B, maybe. I guess it depends, because they take a while to get built up. I would say units like the Demon Demigra and Black Marseillan and this Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, the tech one, are probably better than these guys at the start. So I think we'll probably put them there. But they're going to Easy A next year as well. So let's do this. We're now needing to zoom out the tier list a little bit because it's we're getting some extra rows in here. In fact, let me get rid of the cut off the side bit so we can't see the ads on the website. That'll be easier. And then that way we can make it a little bit smaller again. And then it all fits. Although you can't see the units at the bottom, but that's fine. We kind of know who they are, right? We know who's left. The amount of disrespect the villains in C and D are getting is crazy. You think? Who should be higher? Vejex is probably the same for now, just C tier. I mean, it's still a work in progress list, right? Like, some of the units could move up once we start filling out the lower tiers. I'm not married to any of these positions at the moment. Pan. I mean, she's got to be in the same tier as Fu. Like, after all those runs against Jeanette, like Sin that we did, her, Fu, and Baby Janemba are essentially like interchangeable units for me. So I think I'll probably put her like here. Mira throwing out 7 million. 7 million on turn 1. I mean, he definitely didn't do that for me in like the one time that I've used him, to be fair, which is, yeah, literally only once. But yeah, Mira definitely did not do a 7 million attack stat for me on turn 1. It was like 2 point something. God Trunks. God Trunks is just kind of not really usable anymore. God Trunks is really hard to place because I tried him out last year when Hearts and that came out and he finally had a 200% leader and he just really wasn't like that good. Yeah, but the problem is Dabura doesn't do anything else. Dabura does a high attack stat and then like dies basically. I mean, I personally just don't think he's very good. I mean, he probably isn't F- actually, but I just don't like him. You reckon high C? I mean, he's probably better than everybody else in the C tier. Because, like, Demigra gives the support, but then as a unit himself, in terms of his numbers, he's probably worse than Trunks. So... The separate tier for Magnet Man is just funny because he can be good, he just constantly gets super attacked and dies for me, right? So Lags, you think Lags is A tier? I haven't honestly used her enough. I think she's B tier, right? I don't think she as good as Metal Cooler. Is she as good as Fu and like Golden Cooler? I don't know. I mean, jokes aside, right? We could probably put Mira up here and Dabura is probably like here, but Lags is not great. I mean, she's better than the other free-to-play units, right? So... Is she better than these guys? Probably. I'll put her there for now. Because the old Super Saiyan 3s, they're not bad. They just don't have, like, any tech. Hearts can still cook because he has guard. It's the main thing is because he has guard and supports. Free to play Saiyaman. He's really not very good either. Like, he stacks, but he stacks way too slow. Yeah, exactly. That's the problem, is it's hard to rank the ones that are near the bottom, especially these. Like, honestly, realistically, the lower ranks shouldn't really be in order because it's so difficult to judge, like, which ones of them are better than the other ones. Like, I'm just going to put him there because at least Salsa has dodge. It's like the only... And plus, you know, you could say it's because I'm biased against free-to-play or whatever, but, like, I just have never found that free-to-play Saiyaman to be very good, so that's where he's going. Alright, then we have Supreme Kai of Time, Corrupted Supreme Kai of Time. If we're talking only Super Battle Road, she would probably be higher, but, like, yeah. Non-Super Battle Road, she's, like, completely useless, really. So, because, like, she doesn't provide support. I mean, she's probably better than Saiyaman, but, like... Yeah, it's one of those things, like, if in Super Battle Road, she is good, but that's it, really. Rebel, as much as she sells, and we do like to hate on her, she is going to be... Nope. She's either very low A or high B. Because, like, it's not just the dodge, the built-in dodge, right? It's the fact that she heals you with rainbow orbs. She has the chance to scout her, which is super annoying when it doesn't go off. But when it does go off, it's, like, incredibly useful. So she's either low A or high B. Even, you know, the Roselle memes on the channel, we do love them. But she's either going to be high B or low A, I think. We'll go for low A. Is she better than Broly? I mean, like, there are some instances where I would say if I had to choose between who to bring on the team, Broly or Robel, I would potentially bring Robel just because of the utility, right? So if it was a guaranteed scour, she would be in, like, high A easily. Gohan is still quite useful, even though he's not the best at tanking attacks anymore. I'd maybe say low A. He's either low A or high B for Gohan. And then Super Saiyan 4 Bardock, he's just going to be B tier. The 30% chance to dodge is nice, but the problem is he better than Broly and Limit Breaker Vegito? Vegeta, obviously he's not better than Limit Breaker Vegito. No, he probably is worse. Good in the right condition and put Saiyaman 3, put it with Saiyaman 3. Probably that. Although I suppose if we're going by their best case scenario and they actually dodge, Baby Janemba probably is better than Vegeta at least. I don't know. But obviously if we're talking best case scenario and the unit just always dodges, then you could just put Baby Janemba in A tier because he never takes any damage. So it's really hard to rate units who their only real value is dodging. Because if they do dodge all the time, then obviously they're great because you never take any damage. But if they don't dodge and then you die, then it seems weird putting them in like a high tier. But yeah, Limit Breaker Goku. I mean, technically in the current meta, he is like better than the Xenos. He's probably better than Bardock. I think Vegeta is better. So yeah, I think I will put you... I'm going to move you to there. We basically have like all the dodge characters near the beginning of the B tier, really. Yeah, we'll do that. Janemba, high S. He might even be Z, actually. Janemba might actually be Z tier, I'm not sure. We'll put him there for now. I'm putting Cooler in S tier as well. He can go there. No, actually, no. He probably is better than Silas now, because Silas doesn't have damage reduction. And then Fu's S tier. He's probably better than Silas. Is he better than Golden Cooler? He doesn't have damage reduction, but... see, I feel like, is he probably better than him? He could honestly be low Z tier, actually, to be honest. Put Cooler in Z tier. Ooh. I think Janemba could be Z tier. To be honest. Yeah, Janemba is definitely better than Silas. Oh yeah, obviously. Silas probably isn't actually S tier. I just really like Silas. I'm kind of biased. Silas is probably like there, to be honest. Cooler does take damage pre-super. That's why he has to be below Janemba. Fu takes damage pre-super, but he does have dodge. So they're kind of... maybe that? I don't know. The top bit's really tricky. Meki Cabra's in A because Meki Cabra's a GOAT. People underestimate how good Meki Cabra is. He probably isn't better than Goku, though, just for the defense, to be honest. Free-to-play Toa. Free-to-play Toa is probably B tier. Like, free-to-play Toa is actually just really... like, I would bring free-to-play Toa on a team over bringing, like, Limit Breaker Broly, unironically. I'd probably bring her over Pan as well, because her defense is better in most cases. Yeah, Silas transformed is definitely better than Fu after he supers. That's the problem, is it all comes down to the tech. I'm going to put her there for now. Because at least Cooler... again, the reason why Cooler is above a lot of these other dodge characters is because at least after he supers, he has damage reduction. Whereas Toa obviously doesn't. Okay, right. Here we go. Here's the big meme. How low are we going to put Blue Vegeta? Lower A tier, she's better than Robel. And the problem is, Robel has a higher dodge chance. Robel's defense after super is either better or about the same. And then Robel heals with the orbs and has the scouter potential. So I don't know if I would say Robel is worse than her. Blue Vegeta is B. Blue Vegeta is not B tier. Blue Vegeta is the worst of the 5 new units. What are you talking about? He's worse than Broly, I think. I might put him there, because is he better than the Limit... actually, no. Is he better than the Limit Breakers? He actually might not be. I'm not even joking. He's probably better than Bardock and the Xeno Super Saiyans, though. So he can go there. He's just terrible. I think he's awful. Put him between Lags and Mira. God Trunks unironically might actually be better than him, you know. Actually, now that I've put him there, I might actually put God Trunks there just because I think he's better than Vegeta. No shot we disrespected. Hey, the game disrespected the Prince of All Saiyans before we ever got here, okay? Boo Barbady, he just didn't age well at all, so he's B tier. He's better defensively than some of these units sometimes. It's really hard where to place it. I think I'm just going to put him here, and then I'm just going to go ahead and say that the C tier is just not as ordered as maybe some of the other ones, because he doesn't have big bad bosses, actually, so we will just put him where he was. I don't know if Limit Breaker Goku is better than Vegeta, to be honest. Like, Vegeta, Goku can be. It's just, it depends. Right, Rose. You know what? If I'm going to put Rose in Z tier because I want to, then I have to put Janemba in Z tier. I have to do it. I think I have to do it. If I'm going to put Rose in Z tier, because I don't know, am I putting Rose in Z tier out of favoritism? I might be. I don't know. I love him so much. It's like that meme of Brooklyn Nine-Nine with Rosa when she gets her dog, where it's like, I've only had Super Saiyan 3 Rose for 2 days, but if anything were to happen to him, I would kill myself and everyone else in this room. So I think he's going in Z tier, boys. I don't care. And Janemba's going in Z tier because he's a beast. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Why are there 2 Super Saiyan 3 Gohans? Well, Super Saiyan 3 Gohan, he's probably better than... he needs orbs, though, which is the problem. So he's probably better than the other 2 Super Saiyan 3s, maybe. Although if you don't get his orbs, he'd be there. In fact, he might even be lower if you don't get his orbs, but I'll put him there. Like I said, I've kind of lost interest in C tier being ordered at this point. So AGL, you've got basically no defense anymore, but you probably are better than Lags at least. And then Super Pycon. I mean, again, what these low tier ones, I almost don't even care. Like Super Pycon, he's just kind of mid now. He could go like there, maybe. So I feel like maybe that's. I feel like that's what we're looking like. We've just cut off the bottom, just about. We've only got Cooler. We've only got Cumber in the F- tier. So I guess realistically we could just move Cumber up to the bottom of C tier and then delete the F- tier so it fits on the screen nicer. But there you go. But it still doesn't because it's still the extra row. So there you go. I feel like that is... I wanted to give Great Super Attack Magnet Man 3 his own tier because I thought it was funny. Yeah, Goku, you could argue low S tier. I'd argue Lags over Blue Vegeta, unironically. Put Dabura in F tier. No, we did have him in F tier originally, but some people weren't happy about that. And to be honest, I haven't really used him enough to really put him there. But SSJ3 needs to go with hearts. What, Goku? Do you think Goku should be low S tier? We'll give Goku low S tier. I think he deserves it. Alright, well there you go. So that is the Heroes tier list. All the Heroes units in the game ranked by me. I'm not really like married to this list, like I said. Now looking at the list, you could easily move some of them around. I think B and C tier, some of them are interchangeable. They're not really ordered. We kind of tried to put them in some order, but I just, you know, I wouldn't argue if you wanted to completely reorganize B and C, to be honest. It's very difficult to rank the lower tiered units because they're just all so bad anyway that it's kind of hard to decide where they go in the list. But that's the list. I'm sticking with it. Rose, I mean, you could argue, you could definitely make arguments that Janemba's better than Rose. But once his guard runs out, that's when Janemba could potentially get caught. Whereas on the full crossover team, obviously Rose never doesn't have guard. So it's I think that is how it is. There's a lot of it's interesting to see a lot of people go into bat in the comments while we're making this for Dabura and Mira. So I guess I need to give them more of a chance and use them a bit more. I don't know, but there you go. That is my Heroes tier list. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Like I said, we just made this for a bit of fun, so don't anyone get too mad. I really don't care. Like, if you think some of the other units should be higher, you know, maybe you're right. Just let me know what you think down below in the comment section in a respectful fashion, of course. And I'll be more than happy to have the discussion with you guys, reply to the comments and all of that good stuff. So, yeah, that is the Heroes tier list. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. And, yeah, it was definitely fun to make. So, that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.